Doll Houses by G.E.L Products. Houses of quality and distinction that will last a lifetime. Houses for little girls and boys from 4 to 94. Houses that will be passed on from generation to generation. We at G.E.L Products have taken pride in their design and construction, and we hope you'll enjoy them. The following videotape contains the assembly instructions for your G.E.L H Series doll houses. Please watch the tape in its entirety before assembly. To begin, lay out all packages contained in your dollhouse kit similar to this display. The first package in the top left corner is the front assembly with windows. Directly to the right of this package are the sides of the house. The printed assembly instructions are on the left side, and a small bag of parts is on the right side. Next to the right side is the 1-inch corner strip. Directly below the sides are the trim strips. Below the trim strips is the floor assembly package, which contains the partitions. On top of the floor assembly is the turret assembly with windows. Directly below the floor assembly are the foundation parts. To the left of the foundation parts is the front L assembly package. Directly above the L assembly is the front porch package. Directly above the front porch package are the stairs and step blocks. Finally, above the stairs is the trim package. When assembling, remember these important tips. Always work on a flat surface. Sand all rough edges prior to assembly. Make a trial assembly of each step before applying the glue. Be sure to paint the house after completing the basic structure. Paint windows, trim, and small parts before attaching them to the house. Avoid painting surfaces that will be glued together. Ready? Let's start building. Pick up the left side end piece in the third floor section. These pieces are part of the basic structure. The 3 marks signifying the third floor section should be in position as shown here. The front of the house will then be up. Left end of the house will be on your left. Pick up the floor and slide the end into place in the dovetail grooves. Now pick up the second floor section, which is 2 marks, and slide it into place. Next, pick up the right end section and slide it over the second and third floor sections. Take the small parts packet, spread out the parts, and remove the nails. Next, take the first floor section, which is clearly marked, and apply glue to each end of the floor. Now nail this section in place. Nail holes are pre-started. On the second and third floors, you have the option to either glue and nail or just nail. These floors will stay firmly in place with just the nails. If you use glue, use it sparingly. When sliding the 2 partitions in place, make sure there's no glue on them, and this way you can remove the partitions later on. Now open the front assembly package. Place the front section on the house frame flush with the right side and top beveled edge, and mark the floor edges with a pencil as shown. The pencil marks show you where and how far to apply the glue. Apply the glue to the edges of the floors and end sections of the house. Be sure you do not put any glue on the partitions. This is important to remember. Apply the glue up to the pencil lines. Again, do not put any glue on the partitions. Next, lay the front section on the house frame surface flush with the right end and flush with the upper right corner. The first nail goes there. Then nail 2 other nails in the right end as shown by the arrows. Now you can shift the entire frame so that the bottom of the house will be flush with the bottom edge of the front. Now finish nailing the front in the pre-started nail holes. Now lay out the front L package. Make sure that when you start to assemble that the hinge notch as shown by the arrow are up. Then slide the second floor in place. Be sure that the Velcro notch on the second floor is up. Next, slide the dovetail groove of the other L side down the second floor. Now apply glue to both ends of the first floor and position it in place. Make sure both ends of the floor are in their respective grooves. Now nail it in place. Again, make sure that the edges of the floor are flush with the ends of the L. Apply some glue to the milled edge of the L assembly that will fit against the edge of the front of the house. Firmly place the L assembly on the front of the house and position it so that the floors are flush before the glue sets. Take the 1-inch clapboard strip and apply glue to the edge that you fit against the L. Next, apply glue to the edge of the end of the house and position the strip in place. Push it firmly against the L. Nail it in 2 places, bottom and center. Do not nail the top of the strip until the third floor has been glued in place. Next, glue the third floor in place, making sure it is flush with the house, and nail it tightly in the corner as shown. Now fasten the hinges to the L front using the pre-started screw holes. Then mount and screw the hinges in the routed notches. Make sure that the edge of the hinge is flush with the inside surface of the wall. Put 1 screw in each hinge. Close the front to make sure everything is square and flush with the extension front before inserting the remaining screws in the hinges. Then apply the Velcro as shown. To assemble the top extension gable, use a piece of trim on edge as a spacer between the top of the front and the gable. Glue and nail the gable as indicated. For a quick and easy roof assembly, lay the roof pieces with the beveled edges down as shown. Now connect them with 3 pieces of tape. The tape will act as temporary hinges. All roofs will be done in this manner. Next, turn the roof over and apply some glue to the beveled edge. Also put some glue on both gable ends of the house and then place the roof firmly on the gable ends. Do the same with the extension roof. Once again, remember that all this is done after you've painted or done whatever you want to do with the exterior of your house. Now position the rear roof pieces, glue and nail them in place. Now we'll begin the porch assembly. To aid in sanding, glue a piece of sandpaper to a flat surface. This makes sanding the railings in small pieces much easier. Glue the first floor of the porch firmly in place as shown. Apply some glue to the half post and position them in place, one on the left and the other on the right side of the porch. It is much easier working with the dowels if you bullet nose the ends. Round off the tip of each dowel so that it will go into the holes more easily. After sanding and painting the railings, insert the railings into the post. Then stand the post on the dowels that you've already inserted in the porch floor. Take the second porch floor and insert the dowels in their respective holes. Apply white glue or carpenter's glue to the back edge and side of the second floor of the porch and position it firmly in place, inserting the dowel into the tops of the porch posts. The only advantage of white glue is that it's transparent after it dries. Now attach a decorative lattice. Apply some glue to the ends of the lattice and position them firmly in place. By the way, Using a dab of hot glue to hold parts together while the wood glue sets saves holding and clamping. After assembling the second floor railing, position it on the second floor as close in line as possible with the posts of the first floor. You can align the second floor by slightly shifting it on the end of the railing before the glue sets. Now you can glue on the post knobs and the right angle supports to provide both decoration and support to the porch. Finally, glue and set the railing tops firmly in place. You'll find all these parts in your G.E.L porch assembly package. Remember, once again, it is much easier to paint or stain all small parts before you begin assembly. Next, lay out the parts in the bay window assembly package. Apply some glue to the edges of all 3 windows. Again, you can use a hot glue gun to speed the assembly process as we are now doing. The hot glue holds the assembly together. Also, we recommend using a little more glue than we are using here. Put the glue on the edges of all the windows in the same way. Keep the bottom edges even and press them firmly together. Next, apply glue on the top section and position it in place. Now take the bevel trim pieces and glue them to the sides of the window. These provide a filler piece and add a decorative finish to the frame. Be sure to glue them on before you paint the frame. Again, we're now using hot glue in addition to white glue to speed the assembly process and eliminate clamping. When gluing the trim pieces, make sure they run parallel with the side window. Glue the bottom section of the window base together as shown here. Now we're ready to paint the window. Here's a little tip to remember. Take the inserts out before painting and insert a piece of string in the insert groove. This will prevent you from accidentally getting too much paint in the groove itself. Remove the string before the paint dries and reposition the insert. Apply the inside trim whenever you decide to work on the inside of your house. Again, paint or stain it before applying it. Next, glue the bay window in place. Here again, we're using some hot glue to speed the process and eliminate holding the window. If you're using either white glue or carpenter's glue, be sure to hold the window firmly up against the house in some manner until the glue sets. Again, in most of the house assembly processes, we suggest using a little more glue than we're showing in the video. Remember, if you wish to paint your bay window roof, you should do so before attaching. The bay window roof is assembled in the same manner as all roofs. Put some glue in the beveled edges and some on the top of the window edge. Again, we suggest you use a little more glue than we're showing here. Finally, position the bay window roof and glue it in place. Now, glue the assembled bay window base under the bay window to complete the unit. Again, please remember to paint your window before assembly. Shingles for the G.E.L H Series roof and windows are not included in this kit. Now, lay out the parts of the turret assembly package. Sand all the rough edges lightly before assembly. Apply some glue to the side of the turret assembly. Next, lay the front of the turret assembly on the table with the clapboard surface down and firmly set the side in place. You may use the remaining side of the turret assembly to square up the side you are gluing to the front as we are demonstrating here. Now glue on the remaining side and then glue on the back. The back will have the bevel on the bottom. Be sure that the bevel edges go against the surface of the roof. Now assemble the turret roof. Do this in the same manner as all roofs. Tape the joints together, turn the piece over, and put the glue in the bevel. Close the turret roof and stand it up using the main roof surface as a base. Fasten a final piece of tape to the turret and put it aside for the glue to set. Next, assemble the 4 railing posts to the railing sections. Make sure the unit stays square while the glue is setting. Now locate the turret roof on the base. Measure with the ruler, making sure the distance is equal on all 4 sides. Then mark the base around the turret roof lightly with a pencil. Apply the glue and position the turret roof firmly in place on the base. Next, glue the decorative flat piece on the top of the turret roof. Place some weight on the top and set it aside to dry. The weight will make the joint tighter and stronger. Next, apply some glue to the turret base and position it on the roof of the house. Use a ruler or some scrap piece of wood and a large rubber band to hold the turret base firmly to the roof while the glue sets. All G.E.L doll houses with dormers can be assembled in the same manner. Next, apply some glue to the top of the turret base. Place the turret assembly on the base. Measure so that all sides are equidistant from the base and position it firmly in place. Now glue the railing around the base of the turret. Remember, with the window assembly, as with all small parts, painting or sanding should be done before assembly. Be sure to take the plastic inserts out of the windows before painting them. Make sure the inserts work smoothly after you reinsert them, then glue the bottom sill on the window. Put the window in its opening, making sure that it's square and running parallel with the clapboards. Glue the pediment on the top of the window and then glue the small decorative pediment supports between the pediment and the window. Next, glue on the shutters. Make sure that the wide board on one end of the shutter is at the bottom and the narrow board is on the top. Don't use too much glue on the shutters, as you may want to remove them to change the color. They can easily be removed by loosening the glue with a heat gun or hair dryer. Now lay out the house foundation assembly. Remember, the ends of the shorter pieces always go inside of the ends of the longer pieces, so apply glue only to the ends of the shorter foundation pieces. If you plan to wire your house for lighting at this time, do not glue the foundation securely to the base, as we are doing here. If you plan to wire the house in the future, use only enough glue to lightly secure the base to the foundation. For quick and easy step assembly, simply glue the narrow block to the wide block as we are doing here. Apply some glue to the rear of the steps and position them firmly in place against the foundation, located beneath the porch at the front door of the house. Repeat the process for the steps at the other end of the porch. When applying the trim to the gable ends, make sure the longer edge of the trim is underneath the front of the roof. Set the trim in about 1/8 of an inch from the end of the roof. Cut your corner trim to length and on an angle to fit neatly under the roof. Place the trim against the side of the house and mark it with a pencil to get the proper angle. Next, lay out the parts of the dormer assembly. Some G.E.L.H series houses have dormers while some do not. After you've laid out the parts, apply some glue to the sides of the dormer and position them firmly in place. Assemble the dormer roof in the same manner as all roofs, by taping it first and placing glue along the beveled edges. Do not attach the dormer roof to the dormer until after you've attached the dormer to the house. Remember, we did not glue the partitions, so we may remove them for ease of working inside. Here we're showing the bathroom partition, which we've located approximately 6 inches from the edge of the back of the second floor. Likewise, there are 2 partitions in the attic, which we may now locate. Please refer to the written instructions for the assembly of the chimney. If you plan on wiring your G.E.L dollhouse, we'd like to show you some wiring hints. The wiring method we're using here is the circuit kit system. First, place a pencil mark 2 inches in from the edge of the bottom floor. Then, using a ruler, run a pencil line along the side of each floor. All G.E.L dollhouses come equipped with pre-slotted floors for quick and easy installation of electrical tape. Follow the tips we're showing here along with the instructions in your circuit kit. Simply slide the electrical tape down through the slots in the floors of your house. Then, remove the backing and slide the backing back up through the slots, keeping the electrical tape taut so as not to wrinkle it. In this way, you can apply the electrical tape smoothly to each end of your house. You can make your wiring as simple or as elaborate as you wish by following the written instructions in your circuit kit. But no matter how detailed you want your wiring to be, the G.E.L pre-slotted floors make the job quick and easy. Neat, easy, fun. That's G.E.L. Last but not least, you can easily simulate wood floors on your G.E.L dollhouse by scribing the floors with any pointed instrument. If you would like to scribe the internal floors of the house, you must do so before assembly. Make your lines on the floor 3/8 of an inch apart, then scribe along your ruler with an awl or ice pick. Three-eighths of an inch would approximate 4.5-inch flooring when drawn to scale. You may also use the tip of your awl to simulate nails or peg flooring. Stain your floors after scribing. Remember, when scribing the floors, always go with the grain. And there you have it. Simple, wasn't it? Now you have a custom dollhouse you'll be proud to own, one that'll give you a lifetime of fun and enjoyment. And as a G.E.L Dollhouse owner, you can always be sure of one thing, that with a G.E.L Dollhouse, you now own the very best. Be sure to see your local miniatures dealer for other G.E.L Dollhouse kits and accessories. Please retain this videotape for reference when assembling future editions.